Mama Ade waited until everyone was asleep. She sneaked into the barn where Jide stored his harvest and set it on fire. Flames roared into the night. Welcome to African Tales HQ. Long ago, in the village of Okuta, a wealthy farmer named Baba Ade lived with his wife, Mama Ade, and their two sons, Toby and Jide. Baba Ade was a kind man, respected by all for his wisdom and fairness. His farm flourished and he hoped to one day pass it down to his children. Toby, the older brother, was strong and clever. He could climb trees faster than anyone and always won games with his friends. Jide, on the other hand, was quiet and thoughtful. He loved helping on the farm and had a way with animals that amazed everyone. The villagers often said, Baba Ade is blessed with two fine boys. They will make him proud one day. But behind closed doors, the family was not as happy as it seemed. Mama Ade had always favored Toby. She would praise him for every little thing he did, even when he was wrong. If Jide tried to speak up or share his ideas, she would say, "Keep quiet, Jide. What do you know? Toby is older and he knows better." This favoritism didn't go unnoticed. Baba Ade often told her, "Mama Ade, you are planting the seeds of trouble in this family. Treat both boys fairly or you will regret it one day." But Mama Ade would shrug and say, "What do you know, Baba Ade? Toby is the firstborn. He deserves my love more." As the boys grew, Mama Ade's favoritism created a wall between them. Whenever they played games, she always sided with Toby, even if he cheated. One day, while playing hide and seek, Toby found Jide hiding under a tree and poured a bucket of water on him. Jide ran to their mother, shivering and crying. But Mama Ade only laughed. "Ah, Toby is just playing. Stop being such a crybaby, Jide," she said. Toby smirked, and Jide's heart sank. He began to avoid his brother, knowing he would never get justice from their mother. But Baba Ade noticed. He called the boys to him one evening as the sun set over their farm. "Toby, Jide, listen to me," he said. "You are brothers. Blood is thicker than water. No matter what happens, you must always protect each other." Toby nodded, but Jide stayed quiet, staring at the ground. One day, Baba Ade bought a special clay pot from the market. It was beautifully painted with patterns of leaves and animals. He placed it on the highest shelf in their hut and said, "This pot is precious. No one must touch it." But Toby, curious and mischievous, couldn't resist. While everyone was outside, he climbed onto his stool and tried to take the pot down. It slipped from his hand and shattered into pieces on the floor. Hearing the crash, Mama Ade rushed inside. "What happened here?" she cried, staring at the broken pot. Jide, who had just entered the room, froze. Before he could explain, Toby pointed at him and said, "It was Jide. He broke the pot." "No, I didn't," Jide protested, tears filling his eyes. But Mama Ade didn't listen. "You see, this is why I say Toby is better. You are always causing trouble, Jide," she scolded, pulling his ear. Baba Ade walked in. "Enough," he said sternly. He looked at the pieces of the pot, then at Toby and Jide. "Toby, tell the truth. Did you break the pot?" Toby hesitated, but seeing the warning in his father's eyes, he lowered his head. "Yes, Baba, I broke it." Mama Ade gasped. "Toby, how could you?" Baba Ade shook his head. "This is your doing, Mama Ade. You have spoiled Toby so much that he thought he could lie and get away with it. I warned you, but you refused to listen. From that day, the bond between the brothers grew weaker. Years passed and the boys became young men. Toby was strong and confident, while Jide was wise and hardworking. Baba Ade grew older and began to prepare them to take over the farm. But instead of working together, the brothers often argued, fueled by their mother's favoritism. One night, Mama Ade called Toby to her room. "Toby, my son," she whispered, "you are the firstborn. The farm should belong to you alone. Jide doesn't deserve it. But Baba says we must share it, Toby replied. Forget what your father says, Mama Ade said sharply. When the time comes, I will help you make sure Jide gets nothing. Toby nodded, unsure but unwilling to disobey his mother. One fateful day, Baba Ade announced, "It is time for the boys to prove themselves. I will give each of you a piece of land. Whoever makes the most of it in 1 year will take charge of the entire farm." Jide worked tirelessly, planting yams, maize, and vegetables. He woke up early and stayed up late, determined to show his father his worth. Toby, on the other hand, spent most of his time boasting to his friends. He planted only a few crops, relying on his charm to convince others to help him. As the year came to an end, Toby's land, however, was sparse and unkempt. Baba Ade was impressed with Jide's hard work. "Jide has proven himself," he declared. "The farm will be his to lead." Mama Ade was furious. That night, she whispered to Toby, "You cannot let this happen. We must take what is rightfully yours." "What do we do, Mama?" Toby asked, his heart pounding. "Leave it to me," she replied with a wicked glint in her eyes. Mama Ade waited until everyone was asleep. She sneaked into the barn where Jide stored his harvest and set it on fire. Flames roared into the night and Jide woke to find everything he had worked for reduced to ashes. The next morning, Baba Ade inspected the damage and shook his head in sorrow. "Who will do such a thing?" he asked. But Jide already knew. He turned to his mother, his voice trembling. "Why, Mama? Why do you hate me so much?" Mama Ade looked away, her guilt written on her face. Jide packed his belongings and left the farm that day. "If I'm not wanted here, I will build my life elsewhere," he said, his voice heavy with pain. With Jide gone, Toby took over the farm. At first, he enjoyed the power and attention, but soon the weight of running the farm alone became too much. Crops failed, debts piled up, and the once prosperous land turned barren. Toby began to miss his brother. Jide was the one who truly cared about this farm, he admitted to himself. One evening, he confronted his mother. "Mama, you ruined everything. You pushed Jide away and made me a failure." Mama Ade, now wrinkled and frail, wept bitterly. "I thought I was helping you, Toby. I never meant for things to end this way." But it was too late. Jide never returned, and Toby eventually left the farm in search of a new life. Years later, the villagers still told the story of Toby and Jide. It became a warning to parents about the dangers of favoritism and the importance of fairness. As for Mama Ade, she spent her final years alone, haunted by the consequences of her actions. Baba Ade, heartbroken, passed away shortly after Toby's departure, leaving the once thriving farm abandoned. And so the tale of Toby and Jide lived on, a reminder that love and fairness are the seeds of a strong family, while favoritism can destroy even the closest bonds. The end. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, kindly share your thoughts by commenting, support me with the super thanks, like and subscribe. See you in my next video.